welcome to another episode of Live with the Glitter Practitioner. I'm having microphone issues. Episode 34 today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate everybody tuning in, be it live or on #replay. So please let me know where you're tuning in from. I love to go back after the show and comment and have chit chats. I can already see, thank you so much, Aaron, for being here, and it's starting to pick up. It's going to be a juicy show today. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Dr. Nupi, the Glitter Practitioner, and I am a GP, a family physician in the UK. I'm also a spiritual and transformation life coach, and I guess everything that my from coaching to patient care really revolves around this, my passion for people. I'm a chatterbox, I'm nosy. It's called professional curiosity in the medical field, but it's all about the whole person approach. So what I mean by that is, and what I love doing the most, is empowering somebody else to truly understand their whole self health needs, physically, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. And the way I show it is that it's all interconnected as your whole self person. If one's off kilter, the other is going to follow. And it's sometimes you don't even realize it, but your body responds. You might get certain signals and symptoms in your body. And that's, I guess, what I show and share and guide other people to recognize, what is that connection? What else is this telling me? And the reason I share what I do is because I learned the hard way 12-ish years ago from my own burnout journey. And yes, I came through it, a burnout warrior, but everything I've learned for myself is what I share with patients and clients, and have done for the last 10 years after recovering. And it really is, that's where my F list came from. Everything I've learned for myself is what I share, essentially. And it's when you know what your needs are, when you are owning them, protecting them, and aligned truly to yourself, that's when the magic starts to flow. That's the glitter effect. And it just radiates out because you're aligned with you, your passions, your values. And that's when you become limitless in your potential. It's incredible. I'm living proof of this, as are my clients and patients. And I think the best way to give you a feel of what this actually feels like, moving through the F-list framework or having even just one session with me, I think my brand story really does just captures the essence of all of this. Now, it's beautiful. I love it. And this was created by my very, very dear friend, Devon James Stinson, who is a creative genius. So if you're thinking about a brand story, get in touch with him. It's just unique. So, Mr. Producer, please may we have the brand story.
Follow the light through the storm. And this is not a light that warns, it's a light that forms on the pathway ahead. So you can maneuver around disaster instead of getting stopped by the obstacles. It just takes changing the obstacles. And then the impossible turns to possible. And then the storm lifts. You're no longer adrift. Breathe, focus, you've got this. Ahead you see a figure, a kind soul, and on the inside it feels like you might glow. Your endless cycles of cyclones have been turned to a breeze that just slightly blows. You're adorned with glitter, where you literally feel like a kid again. And this is when you realize how much of your life you've missed. And then you talk more with Dr. Nupi Aurora, who will holistically change your aura, where you and the new you won't be like strangers. No, you'll be like friends. Because this whole process is simply life changing. So if you're feeling frazzled and you want to find your fizz and dazzle, then book a call with Dr. Nupi Aurora by messaging her right here on LinkedIn.
Oh, I love that. It always just sets the tone, I feel, calms me down because I get a bit excited pre-show. Anyway, I'm just going to bring my next guest on. She is amazing. She is the catalyst of connection. She's phenomenal. Please join me. Sorry. Inga, come on down.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, sorry. I was tripping over my words because I was suddenly going, oh my gosh, I just want to get you on screen now. Come on. Hi. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
So Inga, oh, your hair looks beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes. And I did notice your glittery eye makeup. It looks beautiful.
Thank you. Especially for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So please do let everyone know just maybe a little bit about you and why are you called the connection catalyst or the catalyst of connections? Tell about.
I will. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone. My name is Ingor van Rooi, and I am known as the Connection Catalyst. I help entrepreneurs and manufacturers develop a strategy so that they can stand out and connect with their ideal community. I'm known as the Connection Catalyst because it's what I do. I just help people connect with each other. And I do this through my show as well as through coaching them, just to be able to be here and be present and build community.
I love it. And actually, we met quite early on in my journey last year when I first came onto LinkedIn, and we
Yes.
were on Russ's, my amazing producer and honorary big brother. We were on the same panels a couple of times for his shows, and we were texting and messaging. You can't do that to me, Russ. You really can't do that to me. You saw his comment. For heaven's sake, I'm taking this very seriously. Now stop it. Stop. But as I was saying,
Yes.
that's how we were connecting and messaging and chatting backwards and forwards. And we kept saying, let's meet. We should chat. We should have a Zoom call. And it just never transpired. And
Yes.
this year, I remember writing this down in my journal. Right, we have to get this Zoom call sorted, and the rest is history, really. It feels like I've known you forever. It really
Yes.
does.
Yes. And in fact, when you wrote that in your journal, I messaged you at the
Yes,
same
you
time.
did. Oh my gosh, yes, you did. That was the thing. And all these little connections and signs and synchronicities. It was
Yes.
beautiful. And today is, for anybody who's watching, actually, I'm just going to put it out there, 23-1-23. It's a repeated angel number. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Anyway. So tell us a little bit about you, Inga. What inspires you?
Community inspires me, really. I had to dig deep when I started coming out online and just being here in the open, really, because that's what happens when you start putting yourself out there. You expose yourself and you really have to think about, why is it that I do what I do? And because when anything comes, those things that we really don't anticipate in life, challenges that we face, each of us do. But when any of those things come, we really need to be able to focus on our why and help that to propel us. And for me, my why is really very simple. It is my love for people. That's why I'm here. That's why I do what I do.
And
And
that's
that's why I love
passion.
what I do.
Yes, yes, and it shows. It really does, and that I think that's our connection. Well, what was that noise? It has stopped now, but what was that? What's that noise? Can you hear something in the background? No. Okay. It
No.
just sounds like there's a fan on or something. But it's that true wanting to help people, or it's a love for people. You're a people's person, essentially.
Mhm.
And that is exactly what brought us together. And I love your tell everybody. I know I suspect quite a few people already know this, but I love hearing you say it. So tell me your tagline. Like mine's find your fizz and flourish, or be you with bells on, and it's all about the glitter. But tell everybody what yours is.
Um, if you're speaking about my life statement, um,
Yes.
so my life statement is something that I actually wrote a few years ago. But it was actually in a time when before I went live.
Mm.
Somebody reached out to me and asked me to be on his show. And I thought, oh my gosh, no. And it took me a long time to say yes. I think about 2 to 3 months. When I did say yes, he sent me his questions. And I was like, oh my gosh, what? Because he sent me the questions to prep for the show. And the one question that totally stumped me was, what is your life statement? And I was like, oh my gosh. And again, it just took me back to really my love for people. And so my life statement that I wrote then is to positively impact the lives of others.
I love that. I
Thank
love
you.
that. And I love your phrase that you use. It's just Ubuntu and the meaning behind it. It's just tell everybody what that will mean, what it means, because it's beautiful.
So, Ubuntu is an ancient African word with its roots in South Africa, like me, and it means I am because we are.
Yes. I love that. And it's all about it's humanity, isn't it? It's that
Yes.
connection. And again, I mean, Ubuntu sounds a heck of a lot better than glitter, but I think when people sort of read the glitter practitioner, or they're like, what's all this about the glitter bit? It's not just the superficial. I'm obsessed with glitter, fair enough. But it is, and this is my signature look, it always has been. But it is really about what is glitter? It's the compassion, it's the self-love, it is the joy, and all of this starts to flow when you're aligned with your needs and with the needs of others, and then the big wide world around. And that you literally just radiate. And I've got my own language. Physessence is what I call it. It's the energy, and that it just spreads from one person to another. It's the ripple effect. And like glitter, it sticks and it keeps spreading. You can't help it. And
Mm,
it is the core values of what it means to be human, and that's what connects us. Our very humanity is unconditional love, kindness, gratitude, all these things, and
yes.
that's what lights me up. And just yes, and yeah, with lots of fizz as well, because that's just my energy. Can't help it. I just get really enthusiastic.
Why not? Why not?
Absolutely, life's too bloody short, for heaven's sake. We get
Yes.
one chance, max it.
Yes.
So what what would be your advice perhaps to somebody newly coming onto LinkedIn? What couple of tips for them? as to how to get going with this, what would be your top tips for somebody brand new?
I only have one tip,
Oh.
and that is really be you.
Yes.
Be you.
Yes.
Nobody has time to keep up with, you know, more than one persona, right? We don't.
Yeah.
How do we cannot have one person that shows up online and then another one that's at home and then another one that's out socially, right? Just
Mm,
be yourself, be
mm,
real, be authentic, show up as you, and
mm,
you will build community in that way.
mm. Absolutely. Being yourself, or as I say, being you with bells on, which is you're the boldest, bravest, your bestest, most badass self. That's the be you with bells on bit. But
Mhm.
absolutely, it's being true to yourself, isn't it?
Yes.
And that comes with really knowing your values, knowing why you're doing this, and choosing things aligned to that. And again, that's when you can really start to flourish.
Yes.
So, so tell us a little bit more. I know networking is crucial here. What would your advice be in terms of being yourself, but how to go about networking? Any tips there?
Sure. You know, of course, before you attend any event, whether it's an interview, whether it's meeting somebody in person for the first time, whether it's just going to out to see some friends, the first thing that we need to do is take care of the exterior, right? So when it comes to LinkedIn, you need to take care of your LinkedIn exterior, which is your profile. So for me, the foundation of LinkedIn is really optimizing your profile. Once you've done that, you can move on to my three steps, which are connect, communicate, and collaborate. So
Yeah.
when you connect with people, it's sending out a connection request, and really when you communicate, it starts when you connect with somebody, and that is sending out a connection request, but make sure that you personalize it. Make sure that you include a message, because a lot of people tend to click just connect, and unless you've had a conversation prior to that, um I don't know, to me that's not proper etiquette. So always make sure you send a connection request with a message, and make sure you personalize it, include that person's name, just
Mm.
because it makes them feel seen, right?
Yeah.
Think
Yeah.
about when somebody says,
Yeah.
"Hello, Noopy, nice to see
Yeah.
you,"
I'm
as
just
opposed
like,
to,
hi. Yes. Hi, friend. I don't know you yet, but hello. It's
yes.
absolutely.
And
And
sorry, and then going
no, no,
on
no.
to the communication part, that is, of course, yes, your message initially, and then connecting with that person in the DM, sending them a message, and it's not spewing about who you are, what you do,
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. It's really being interested in that person,
Yes.
and then um, commenting on their content,
Oh, yeah.
sharing your
I do
own
a lot of that.
content as
Yeah.
well. But when you share content, um, if you want to build authentic connections and community, sharing content, of course, that makes people smile, but also content that really adds value. And your comments should add value. I know some of the comments are funny, so I'm avoiding looking at them and
I'm
just
actually not gonna. I'm not looking. I'm not even looking. Inga, take
yes,
no notice of
it's okay.
Mr. Producer, because I mean, I'm sorry, that's not okay. All
No,
right,
it's
I will
no,
have words later. Anyway, yes. Sorry, I
it's
got distracted.
fine. That's fine. And then once you've built with those people in your community, it's good to look at how you can collaborate with one another.
Yeah,
Because what that does is it just keeps building your relationships,
yeah,
and also allows you to be able to build relationships with others as well. So
Absolutely. I think my focus is actually very good, all considering. So
Yeah.
oh, stop.
Oh my
So
gosh.
and I was really soaking all that in actually, because I remember when I first came on, and that's why I asked you the question.
Mhm.
I've never been on social media before, and it really daunted. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what the etiquette is. So, I mean, I
Yes.
don't really play by rules, to be honest. And
Yes.
well, I never have, but
No.
sack that. But I knew why I was on. I knew I had a vision, I had a purpose, and that's always been the same, which is to raise my profile, to find my tribe of like-minded souls,
Yes.
and to spread glitter and love and share my F list with as many people as possible. And the one thing I do know, which was, I remember having this complete, oh my God, I don't know what to write. Oh. And then I just thought, hold on a second. Communication and connection is my superpower. I've honed that over my career as a doctor. I love my patients. I'm just me. I'm me myself. This is
Yes.
exactly how I am.
Yes.
I thought, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to adopt that. And it's no different. So I spent, and in fact, even now, I think I spend more time in comments than I'd actually do doing my posts. But then it inspires me, actually. Somebody who writes something might sort of, oh yeah, it helps me go and just create something, and then I'll
Yes.
put my spin on it. And I remember the very first time I think I reached out to, I think it was Veronica, because I was having she's just the glitter queen. She was coaching me right at the beginning of, before I came onto LinkedIn, and I messaged her to say, excuse me, teacher, are you allowed to share somebody else's post? But I'm not stealing here. I just want to share it because it's so cool. And I'm just going to put some words to it. And she didn't get back to me. So I direct messaged the person who was like, I don't know, she had like about 20,000 followers or something. And I was like, hello, I'm Dr. Noopy. I'm new to LinkedIn. Do forgive me. I just want to check the etiquette. And she wrote back immediately going, oh my God, how cute. That's so kind of you. And I'm like, okay, it's clearly doing the right thing here. But to me, it's no different to when you meet people. You don't just go up to somebody and go, right, let's do business, do you?
Right?
You talk to them.
Yes.
It's crazy.
I need this clip, actually. I need this clip for what you just said. Because that's exactly what I say.
That's true.
You know, I work with a lot of manufacturers that are used to actually being in person and going to trade shows, right? And they're used to meeting people at trade shows as opposed to LinkedIn. But when it comes to LinkedIn, they don't know how to behave. And I just take it back to the trade shows. Like, you don't go to a trade show and give your card to somebody and say, let's work together. No. You first start off with, hey, how are you?
Yes.
What do you do? Blah, blah, blah,
Yes.
right? And
It's being human.
yes.
It's no different.
Yes.
And it's just that communication, baseline. And I
Yes.
guess it's building rapport, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. I love that. Speaking of people that do not know how to behave, well, I can name somebody. I think you know why he's doing this. I'm so sorry, Inga. It's because I did not mention him at the beginning, because Russ Hedge is very kindly sponsoring the Glitter Practitioner, and thank you very much, Russ. Now, can you stop being naughty and just stop with the distracting comments? I've mentioned you, so that's it now, and I'll mention you it again at the end. Okay. So Oh, it's going too quickly. We've only got a few minutes left.
I know.
Such a great sponsor. You are fabulous. Now, enough. So where were we? Oh, yes, just being authentic. Being human and just building rapport. That's what we were
Yes.
talking about. Yes. Yes.
And I'd like to go back to something that you spoke about earlier,
Yes.
about breaking the rules.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm not that bad, by the way.
no.
All right, cool.
I'm just breathing because I'm like, should I say this?
Yeah, go for it.
But the thing is, yes, there are rules, I guess. But the way that I teach my 3 steps, it's not that it's rules, they are guidelines.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what I would like for somebody that works with me to do is actually to take my guidelines
Yes.
and adapt them to who they are.
Yes. As
Make it
Simon
your
Cowell would say, is just make it your own.
Yes, put your own spin on it.
Yes,
right?
that's right. Yes.
I've been exposed to hip hop culture.
Yeah.
And in hip hop culture, they speak about
I
biting.
didn't know you were a hip hop
No,
person. Oh my gosh.
no,
That's
I'm not.
amazing.
I'm not. But I've been exposed to it. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry, got you.
I'll tell you this offline. But I've been exposed to hip hop
Why?
culture, and they
Tell
speak
us now.
about.
Tell us now.
Oh
We've
my
got
gosh.
time. I love it.
It because I have to respect somebody else's privacy. I'm not
Okay,
saying
fair
that they
enough.
will appreciate that.
I'm so
So-
naughty. Fair enough. Okay.
But in hip hop culture, they speak about biting. Because basically what you're doing is you're
What?
taking what somebody else does and you just copy it and do it
That's
exactly.
plagiarizing. That's stealing.
Yes, that's
Yeah, okay.
exactly. So
Got it.
that's what biting is, and
Right.
they actually don't tolerate that. They in hip hop culture they actually they poo poo it basically, right?
Yeah.
So what they do encourage though is for you to look at what somebody else does, take it, and put your own spin on it, and make it your own.
Yes. Yes.
And this should be like we should speak about this everywhere.
Yeah.
Because I can't be you, you can't be me. You can only be yourself.
Yes, absolutely. And that's funny that you should say that actually, because you do see this. And I know I guess imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but
Yes.
I'm like, oh my gosh, those are my words. That's what I say. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, you know what? You can't stop that. But
No.
at the end of the day, yeah, if somebody's going to say something, it's not going to have the same impact, perhaps, the way I
Right.
say it, because it just comes out differently every time anyway. I don't, that's the whole point.
Yes.
And that's the uniqueness of all of us, that you are you, and
Yes.
and that's the beauty of this. And yeah, just keep on going is what I would say.
Love it.
Definitely. Oh my gosh, it's
I know.
been it's gone too quickly. This is crazy. We might be able to wangle a couple more minutes, but just let everybody know. Oh, I wanted to talk about and I actually forgot to ask Russ to get this ready, my fault. But there's one thing I love what you do actually, which is your Wonder Woman Wednesday. And not just because you kind of like, highlighted me recently. It's not about that. But tell me what was behind that when you started it.
I'm getting a bit emotional actually.
Oh.
No, but the thing is, a lot of women that I've seen in my growing up years and even now as an adult, a lot of women that I see doing everything, they don't talk about it.
No.
They don't talk about it. And so for me, the reason why I choose to highlight women on Wednesdays is because I know that they seem ordinary, right? But they're doing extraordinary things. And I think we need to stand on the rooftops and shout about it.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, I mean, it is beautiful what you do,
Thank
because
you.
I know, and genuinely, this is from my heart, as we've been having lots of chats recently. It might seem that, okay, somebody might be quite extrovert, like myself, and, you know, full of glitter and fizz and all of this. If you ask me to say something about, you know, something about myself, I can't actually. It's really weird. And I'm learning to take compliments better. But I think we're just so used to not sort of
Yes.
going. But it's not an arrogant thing to go, oh my God. I don't mean like, oh my God, I'm so brilliant. I don't mean that. It's okay to recognize your strengths
Yes.
and what you've achieved. I think it's crucial, actually. And I've certainly become much better at that. I'm better at it for somebody else, for sure.
Yes.
I mean, it took me, oh my God, how long did it take me? 5 months to blinking well get my About Me section written properly, because it just feels alien. And even then, I wrote it in third person because I couldn't. And I know you looked at this for me and said, okay, Nupi, I think you need to put this into the first person. I was like, no, I can't do it. It just feels weird. It just feels weird. But it's beautiful what you do.
Thank
And
you.
it was very moving for me. And I saw this when you were doing it. I saw Andrea, when you were highlighting Andrea Sanchez, who is such a beautiful soul. That woman is just gorgeous. And I was in tears reading it. And, you know, it's lovely. It really is. Aha, yes. And I wanted to ask you, because I know for my Wonder Woman thing, you asked for 15 female contacts. And I was like, I'm just going to give you my circle of people who are very, very dear to me, my soul connections. And it was over 15 essentially. And I was like, excuse me, I've got a handful of boys as well. I've got a boy posse who are equally as important to me and are true soul connections. And I didn't even wait for your reply, actually. I just went, here you go. If you use it, you use it. If not, no. So what I was going to suggest is the men are also
Yes.
you know, our counterparts are equally as important, I think. And it's having that balance. So my suggestion is, what about it's Wonder Woman? No, it's what is it? Wonder
It's
Woman
Wonder Woman
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So Superman Monday? No, Superman something, or Wonder Man sounds weird. I
Maybe
don't know.
about that, but I'll
Yes,
definitely. There are some
there are.
amazing people that I'm connected to. Let me just.
Yes.
I'd like to actually give them a shout out. So
Yes,
shout out to
please
you.
do.
Shout out to
Yes.
you, Russ Hedge. You are amazing.
Yes, he is.
Aaron Gibson, you and I haven't spoken yet, but I
Oh
know
my
you
gosh.
are amazing. I watched your
Yes.
episode over the weekend with Dr. Nupi,
Did he?
and yes,
He's
it was
incredible.
amazing. Amazing.
Superman Sunday. I love that, Whitney. Superman Sunday.
Superman Sunday, maybe.
I
Maybe.
like it. Yes. Look, Julie has said the same thing. Yes, indeed. Yes, yes.
Okay, and
So
then
on.
I think I saw Bomb Feathers in the comments.
Yes,
He's
Matt Allen.
amazing. Um, Matt Allen, I haven't met you yet, but I'm
He's
sure
amazing.
you are. I'm sure
Yes,
you
he
are.
is. Yes.
David Chrysler, the king
I
of
don't know.
process, is amazing too. Um, who else? I don't want to leave. Oh, Calvin Lawrence. I
Oh my
can't
gosh.
forget
I
you.
love Calvin.
You
Yes,
are
yes,
amazing.
indeed.
So shout out to you guys and Kenneth Dunneth. Kenneth
Penny. Yeah,
Dunneth
yeah, yeah,
Jr.
yeah. He
You
was here
are
a bit ago.
amazing,
He's
amazing.
scrum. Yeah, absolutely. I'm
Yes,
talking
he's
over you now.
scrumptious,
He's
right?
scrumptious. In fact, he is scrum diddlyumptious, is what I always say. He's the
Yes.
king of
Oh my
scrumptiousness.
gosh.
Big time. I love it when he pops onto comments.
He's
I
amazing.
was just thinking as well, have we missed anybody? So if you're going to give some shout outs to some boys, I want to as well now. There's David.
Yes.
Okay. So Russ, you've mentioned. Devon James Stinson, obviously. And Bruce, the guy with the blue shirt.
Oh, Carnahan.
And
Yes.
yes, absolutely. Russ Johns, who I adore.
Yes. Oh my
He's
gosh.
gorgeous human being. Brian Schulman and Tim Sohn and
Yes.
Albin and Bob Feathers, you mentioned. Who else are we missing? We're
Damon
missing.
Pistolka, if you're watching this, you are
Yes,
amazing too.
he's lovely too.
And Kurt Anderson as well. These are just a few people that I actually had the privilege of meeting.
I know. We've said you, Matt. We've said you. I've already said it. I said that ages ago. Adam Harrison and who else? Well, I'm sure we're missing. I'm really sorry if my brain's gone a bit and I've forgotten anybody. I think, yeah, there's less boys than there were women for me, but I think. Yeah. Anthony Reid. Oh my goodness me. Anthony Reid, Yermi. I can never pronounce his surname, but Yermi. Off the top of my head. Anyway, we could probably go on for hours doing this.
Yes, we could.
But I can see Russ going, come on,
wrap it up.
Yeah, actually, no. If I start getting really, no, I'm not going to. He'll probably just take me off the screen, stick me in the green room, and it'll be just you. So I better behave.
Oh my gosh.
Stop it. Funny. He actually did it. Stop it, Dominic Corrigan, indeed. Oh don't do that. Okay. So Inga, just tell everybody how they can get hold of you.
You can reach me right here on LinkedIn. That's the best place. Thank you for having me, Dr. Nopi. And I'd like to leave you with 2 quotes. I love quotes. So if you're connected to me, you're gonna find that out very quickly. So the first one is, today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. That's by Dr. Seuss.
That's beautiful.
It's one of my favorite quotes.
Can you say it again? Say it again, because I want to just absorb it in. Say it again, nice and slowly.
Today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you.
Oh, I love that. Thank you for sharing that one. And the next one, please.
And the last one is, don't compare the sun and the moon.
Oh, I love this. Yes.
They each shine when it's their time.
Oh, that's going to make me cry. That's beautiful. I think that was one of the quotes I was going to send to you, actually. In fact, I think I did. But then at the last minute, I gave you a Nupi original quote.
Yes, and that was amazing.
I think I shall say that because, I can.
Yes, you can. There's no plagiarism there. Go.
No, I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I'm the host today. So my quote is, and I'm sure you've all heard it loads of times now, but I'm trying to think which way around I like saying it. Okay, so be you with bells on. Be the boldest, bravest, bestest, most badass version of yourself, because you deserve nothing less.
Yes,
indeed. So yes, exactly. It needed a bit of an explosion at the end. I'll have to get Russ to do something. We can.
Oh my gosh! Yes, you should have Tinkerbell come and sprinkle glitter.
My name actually means tinkling of the bells. My first name, which is where this came from. It's the name of my book, my program, all of it. It's all linked. Yes.
I love that.
Thanks. Inga, will you please come on again? Because I think we've just touched the surface, and I think, I think we need a part 2 to maybe 20 or something.
It would be my honor. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't go anywhere. I will wrap up the show and come and join you in the green room.
Sounds good. Bye, everyone.
Oh, such a beautiful soul. So grateful for having connected with this incredible woman. And please do, there's some amazing people who have come and into the comments today. So thank you so much. Connect with each other, and some incredible people out here, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So thank you for watching. And just as a very quick reminder, you can get hold of me here right on LinkedIn. Please just direct message me. And if you have been feeling overwhelmed, frazzled, just reach out. You are not alone. You can find me here every Monday, live with the Glitter Practitioner at 8 p.m. GMT, which is 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. And you can also find me every other Tuesday with my beautiful Supernova Soul sister, Dr. Diana Landogno, for our show. And we've got a show tomorrow. So every other Tuesday, that is at 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 3:30. I think it's 3:30 GMT. And you can also find me on my YouTube channel, which is The Glitter Practitioner, also on Facebook and Instagram. So do please like and subscribe the YouTube channel. And if you haven't connected with me as yet, please connect with me. I love connecting with other people and finding out and just having chats, basically, and then seeing where it goes to. You never know. So thank you for joining me. And I have a very special episode next week. I wonder who it is. It's somebody who sponsors the show. Just another clue. And it is also my amazing producer and my honorary big brother. So look out for episode 35, which is coming in a week. Take care and see you soon. Bye.